what we're doing on this trip too is not just giving free inspections for new potential customers, but also checking in on previous customers, and really just to listen to these people who, you know, are in a different part of the world from the Plains states, that where most of this attention seems to be focused.
Good morning. It is day 3. We are just leaving Havre now. We are headed towards Great Falls. Be a busy day in north central Montana, and then we will head on through Idaho and hopefully get to Washington tonight.
One neat thing that I saw for the first time about 5 years ago, the Bear Paw Mountains here. The highest peak is about 7,000 feet, so nothing quite like the Rockies in Colorado or even some in Wyoming or western Montana, but on a landscape that is just flat all around it pretty much. It's quite the spectacle. Yeah.
We are at our first inspection of the day. We got this 1910 cart. It's a 3-tank double chute. It's looking pretty good. We'll be looking at a hoe drill today. We don't see too many of these. We got introduced to a pretty cool new side-by-side deal that you can get at Harley Davidson, apparently. Like a Jeep in a way. Much more hardy build. Cheaper than a side-by-side. Guy says it's pretty awesome. Called a rock sword.
He had an 1830 tool behind his drill, or his cart. It was a tow-between cart. There wasn't really much we're going to do for him there, except that, moving to a single chute, it's important to him that now that everything's coming through the same chute, that he know whenever there's a difference in mass flow. 2 options. One, you could get recon blockage system, which works really well, or what we also have is a J-ASCII blockage system where you can add 1 RF sensor to each tower. So if you're running an OEM blockage ad, but you want to be able to tell mass flow, you can add 1 sensor to each tower, and that will tell you a mass flow difference on your primaries.
I'll interrupt this message to show you a big bud.
Look at that. That's cool. We have had a couple of referrals, or really one from this first gentleman we stopped at today. So that's really awesome.
Take a look at this. It has 90,000 acres on it, and you about couldn't tell. It's in pretty good shape. Got a little dust and whatnot, but seems like talking with some other people too, these about seemingly can't go bad. He did mention wanting to maybe convert to hydraulic drive, but other than that, things are looking great down here on the drill. So when we do a Bourgault job, we're typically replacing the paralink arm bushings here, and then we have the main arm bushings here. Occasionally we'll do these here on the cylinder. A little bit of movement, but nothing too extreme there. If needed, we can tighten up these packer wheels. He did say he pretty recently put on new tips and boots. Just seeing if we can help him out with some pivot points. This guy is located right outside of Big Sandy again, and he said he actually has a brother who farms out in Oregon who put some of our stainless parts on, so may have to see if we can get his contact information and take a look and see how those parts are working for him. If you didn't know this, Dexter used to work for MacDon, and they make headers for combines, helping the farmer diagnose some issues. Dexter's your guy if you need to double dip in your inspections and get your air seater looked at and your header.
So we're just outside of Big Sandy still. He's actually got 2 PD500s that are both 60 footers. Let's go take a look. So the carts are both the newer meter module style cart. Instead of a single meter roller going through the length of this housing assembly, they've got individual meter rollers on each meter module, as they call it. They're all electrically driven, which means that these carts have the capacity for not only section control, but on a turn, on the faster moving wing, they can speed up those modules and then slow them down on the slower side of the drill to continue having consistent modulation of the seed. One thing about these though is that these plastic meter modules can wear through over time, get extra sticky, etc. This one is a 3-tank, 550 bushel cart. And then we're going to take a look at his drill. They're 60 feet, 10-inch spacing drills. A couple of the things we look at on this BD500, the front and rear main pins. We want to check the row unit for wobble. If you were to pick up the back of the row unit and move it side to side, you don't want to see any more than a 1/4 inch of play at the back of the disc. Your seed is going to bounce out of the seed trench or the furrow instead of falling in it. So on the PD500s, they have 2 pins. They've got one in the back here as well as one in the front. So that's your front main, that's your rear main. Both can wear out, and you'll have to replace the flag pin and the bushings related to that. The front is not greasable. The rear, you turn into a greasable pin with our upgrade. Something else to look for too on every drill is disc wear. So on PD500s, John Deere's, you don't want them to get less than 17 inches in diameter. The reason being is because on a PD500, you're wearing your scraper into the dirt a whole lot more than you should, and you're gonna have to replace your scrapers and discs at the same time. They currently run liquid starter to all the openers instead of fertilizer through a double shoot system. This customer was able to seed this field of canola in western Montana, and that canola is chest high on me. It's awesome. It's a beautiful crop. They expected this is only their 2nd year using the disc drills, maybe the 1st for a couple of them. Previously they used the hoe drills, and they're just astounded at the difference in stand with these disc drills than compared to their hoe drills.
Here at Slivka Ag, we have Isaac and Anna. This is probably the first and only Morris we will see on this trip. How many acres do you think are on this machine?
Oh Lord. Several hundred and more than 1,000. Yes.
A couple.
You know.
Ask him. Harlow says there's 15 acres. There's a missile silo right there.
Some of them that have like whole houses.
And cool thing about Isaac is he's actually the ag teacher in Winifred. So Isaac is quite the hit at this school. If you look close enough, you'll find him pretty much all over the place. This town is about 200 people.
Ish, yeah.
And their high school is insane. This is like lower than Class C. And look at this. So why did Winifred get all this money?
So there's this guy who grew up here on a farm. His name is Norm, and he went to Montana State University, go Cats, and majored in mechanical engineering. He went on to invent the commercial air conditioner. So when you see those giant air conditioning units on top of Walmart or Albertsons, the guy who invented those came from here, and he just gives back as much as he can.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. He is very generous to the people of the community he came from. And if you graduate from Winifred and did all 4 years of school here, you actually get pretty much all tuition paid for.
Yes.
And I've been hearing some other things of someone said he's been given grants for people to get airplanes and stuff earlier today. So very generous man that has turned this small town into quite a luxurious place to live.
Laurel bought these sunglasses for herself yesterday and doesn't like them already. So she's giving them to me. She's been very nice.
You see chip marks? That's in real life. And I thought maybe like it was just paint that you still could see just fine because Dexter's been saying they're great. These things are horrid. They are a driving hazard.
I think they're fine.
No, you know how you get bugs on a windshield? It's like a million bugs, but like half an inch from your face. It's literally blurry. So I'm gonna throw them away for him.
Try.
We might need to make a GoFundMe for new blenders for Dexter.
All right, so we just made it to Great Falls, Montana, a few hours away from our final destination.
Going to Spokane for the night.
Thought we'd share with you this beautiful view right here, just on the east side of Great Falls. They're working on the dam down there, so you might see a little bit of construction stuff. It looks to be called the station. My understanding is that there are a few different options of food inside this place. Doesn't it look cool? We'll try to let you know a little bit about what it looks like, what the food's like, etc. So we stopped for supper at this place called the Station District. But what we found out is that not only does it have a few options, but each option is as farm to table as they can get it. They've got 4 different kind of food genres, which is really cool. There on the very end, they've got kind of an Italian, then they've got an Asian. At the Italian place, you can get, well, pizzas, sandwiches, etc., which I got a meatball sandwich. I'll share that with you. We also got these couple of desserts to try. We have their cannoli, and then also their tiramisu. How does it look, Laurel? How's it taste?
Looks good.
Really good. Update, the cannoli is a hit. Definitely try it.
So for my main dish, I got from the burger bar, and the owner of this place actually has a ranch in Cascade, Montana, I think he said. And this is fresh, made to order Wagyu burger. It is fantastic. I need to try the fries, but so far this is one of the best burgers I've had.
Update. Sandwich is amazing. Is amazing. Well, we're leaving the station here in Great Falls, Montana, and absolutely, definitely recommend. Check it out. It's a good place, good food, wonderful atmosphere.
The scenery just about can't beat it right along the river too. So
we probably would have sat on the river if it wasn't so hot in the sun. Well, it's about dark, so this will likely be the final capture of the day. Good day. Several visits for customers, a couple different machines that we are currently just about 40 miles northeast of Missoula. We'll be getting on the interstate and heading west to Spokane, as mentioned earlier. We're on our way to our first stop. It'll be about an hour west of Spokane. And he's a previous customer. He's purchased some parts for us. So part of what we're doing on this trip too is not just giving free inspections for new potential customers, but also checking in on previous customers that have been good to us and over the past few years, and trying to get feedback on, hey, how have our parts worked for you? Have they improved your seating? Are you experiencing any other unique situations or difficulties that maybe we can help come up with a solution for? And really just to listen to these people who, are in a different part of the world from the Plains states that where most of this attention seems to be focused. So we're here to listen, we're here to help. Again, if you need an inspection, let us know. We do it for free wherever in the United States you might be, even if it's not something we normally do. Give us a call. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what Washington looks like just 30 minutes outside of Spokane. So I don't know about you, but this is not what I typically think of when I see Washington. Look at that. There's not a spruce or a fir tree in sight.
Right, so we just arrived in Moses Lake, Washington. The area we just came from is actually nationally recognized as desert land. The drought area of northern Montana, they said they get about 13 inches of rain a year, sometimes 10, sometimes 18, but it kind of averages out there. The farmer we just visited said their area is pretty consistently 7 inches of rain a year. Super dry, super arid, but they get an insane amount of irrigation. So they grow really good crops. The county they're by, I think he said they grow about 300 different variety of crops every year. So they are super profitable in their ag industry right in that area, even though they're a desert.
I know what you're thinking. We highfalutin individuals on our inspection route only ever eat at fancy places because of last night's video. Well, you'd be correct. We're at another fancy place. You can get a taco here. You can also get a quesadilla. None other than Taco Bell. This customer has some dairy cows. Hello, cows. We're going to help him by giving him what he needs to replace this stainless, or this middle tank with stainless. We're going to upgrade from these OEM plastic manifolds to a stainless single-piece manifold, so you don't have to worry about these plastics anymore. those plastics are upwards of $260, $270. So if you have an 8 run and you need to replace, well, all 8 of them, you might as well replace the lower with a stainless one piece. I think they're about $1,700, $1,800, and then you don't have to worry about those little things anymore. And then we're going to give them a new stainless steel meter housing, as well as a stainless steel upper kit, which comes with a funnel and mounting plate for the 430 bushel cart. Another thing we're going to help him with is he wants some meter rollers, both yellow and black, and they're fluted. So we're going to work on getting those for him as well. That's what we're doing here. Notice he's got the calibration chute and he loves it. So that's the cart. Here's a field. Isn't it beautiful? There's a dust devil out there. Here is his 730 drill. We're going to help him, or look into helping him with his closing wheel or packer wheel bushings. These arms wobble back and forth and they start to wear into the arm stop. I'm going to look in to see if we can help him by giving him much tougher bushings for that. Some of them aren't as bad, but most of them are pretty awful, as well as maybe tougher bushings for the front arms up there. On his other cart, something we're going to look to help him with, he grows seed for seed businesses. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to work with him to get a set of tank scales on his cart. He has a tow between 270 bushel cart. Currently, the only ones we have field ready for potentially you to put on are tow behind carts. But he needs to know how much he's putting down with a high amount of precision accuracy. So we're going to see if we can help him out there. He currently has a rear tank that's converted to liquid on that cart, so that could be a hurdle with the tank scales. We're going to look into it, find out, and see if it's something we can't help him out with. This is the Columbia River Gorge. And then over in the distance, you see a mountain. I think that's Mount St. Helens. I'm not completely certain, but I think it is. Head down and we're going to cross over the river and join the interstate. We've got about 100 miles left. But this is the countryside we're in. Isn't it beautiful? Just wanted to share this exciting view with you guys. Oh, look, there's a train down there. And if it were less windy, maybe I'd try the drone, but I think it'd knock the drone out of the air.
Make sure you like and subscribe to keep up on all the fresh content posted weekly, which includes helpful tips and tricks, new products, and various adventures. Also, make sure you check out Reddy's website to shop our performance air seeder solutions.